Have you ever had that feeling, just as you're waking up, before you even open your eyes, that you already know the entire day? You know the precise texture of your bed sheets against your skin. You know the exact sound the floor will make as you take your first step. You know the familiar weight of the coffee mug in your hand and the precise taste of that first sip, the one you have every single morning. There's a certain comfort in it, isn't there? A smoothness. It feels like safety. It feels like control. But what if it isn't safety? What if it's a cage whose bars are so familiar you've stopped seeing them? Think of your daily routine as a path you walk in a field. The first day, it's just footsteps in the grass. After a week, it's a visible trail. After a year, it's a rut. And after 10 years, it's a trench. A deep, comfortable trench that you can walk with your eyes closed. You know every curve, every stone, every route. There are no surprises in the trench. It's efficient, it's predictable, and it will get you to the exact same place it got you yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. That trench is what we call the comfort zone, but it's not a place. It's a habit of reality. And here's the part we rarely talk about. That trench isn't just in your mind or in your habits. It's a signal. It's a constant broadcast you're sending out into the vast interconnected network of life. Every predictable action, every repeated thought, every familiar emotional reaction is a message that says, more of this please. Keep it the same. No surprises. And the universe, life, the architecture of reality itself, it's a perfect mirror. It doesn't judge. It doesn't have opinions about your choices. It just listens to your signal with perfect clarity and sends you exactly what you're asking for. It sends you the same traffic on the same route. It sends you the same kind of conversations with the same people. It sends you the same problems and the same tiny, fleeting joys. It's a flawless delivery system for whatever you consistently broadcast. So when you feel stuck, when you feel that quiet, aching boredom under the surface of your busy life, you're not imagining it. That's the feeling of realizing that you yourself are digging the trench deeper every single day. You are meticulously, dutifully closing off every other possible path in that field, every other potential destination, every other version of you who might have turned left instead of right this morning. A friend once called this slow motion suicide. And it's a harsh term, but it's true in a way. It's not the death of the body, but the slow, methodical death of possibility. It's the choice made every day to live in a single room when you were given an entire mansion to explore. The good news is you hold the key. You always have. The way out isn't some grand, heroic leap. It doesn't require quitting your job or moving it to another country. It starts with something much smaller, much quieter, and infinitely more powerful. It starts with a single conscious step out of the trench. This is the whole idea behind the experiment. For 30 days, you deliberately introduce one tiny, new signal, a micro risk. It's not about adventure or thrills. It's about physics. It's about communication. You don't take a new street on your way to work because it might be more scenic. You take it to send a message. You are standing at a fork in your path and consciously, deliberately choosing the path you've never taken. With that one small action, you're broadcasting a new request into the network. You're saying, with your body and your choice, not just with your thoughts, Something different can happen here. I'm available for a new experience. Show me another face of reality. You're not demanding anything. You're not forcing life's hand. You are gently, respectfully knocking on a different door. You're simply letting the universe know that you are ready to stop walking in a circle. You're ready to see what else is in the field. This tiny act of intentional deviation is like a pebble dropped into a still pond. The splash is small, almost unnoticeable, but the ripples travel outwards, interacting with everything, changing the pattern of the whole pond in ways you can't possibly predict. You order a different coffee. You listen to a type of music you've always dismissed. You call a friend you haven't spoken to in years. You sit in a different chair at the dinner table. These acts seem meaningless, insignificant, but they are the most meaningful things you can do because they disrupt the signal of sameness. They are a declaration of freedom, a vote for the unknown. They tell the world, and more importantly, they tell yourself that you are no longer a prisoner of your own predictability. You're a conscious creator, beginning to explore the territory of your own life. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. So what happens when you actually do it? What happens in that moment you decide to take the new street or speak to the person next to you in line, or wear that bright colour you've always loved but thought was too much? The very first thing you'll probably feel is awkward. You might feel a jolt of anxiety, a wave of self-consciousness. A loud inner voice might start shouting, "This is stupid. Go back. What are you doing? People are looking." Listen to that voice. Get to know it. Because that is the sound of the trench, trying to pull you back in. It's the gravitational pull of your old reality. It's the accumulated momentum of 1,000 yesterdays, all of which were the same. This resistance isn't a sign that you're doing something wrong. It is the definitive sign that you're doing something right. You're pushing against the invisible walls of your own creation. And for the first time, you are feeling them. You're feeling the shape of your cage. But here's the thing about the architecture of reality. It loves repetition. Repetition is how patterns are formed. It is how habits are built, both good and bad. Do something once, and it's a fluke, an anomaly. The old pattern can easily dismiss it and pull you back. But do it twice, and a new possibility begins to form. Do it 10 times, and you begin to wear a new path in the grass. Keep doing it, and you start digging a new trench, a trench of courage, of openness, of possibility. The universe begins to recognize this new, repeated signal. It starts to adjust its response to you. The awkwardness you felt the first time you did something new begins to fade, replaced by a quiet hum of curiosity. And this is where the real transformation begins, deep inside you. It's about how your self-image gets rewired. Look, you can stand in front of a mirror for a year and tell yourself, "I am a confident person." And maybe it helps a little. But if all your actions are the actions of a person who is afraid, your reality won't change. Because your actions are the truth. Your actions are the instructions you're feeding into the vast machinery of your own being. When you do the thing you were afraid to do, you don't just get a new experience. You get a new you. The moment you have a pleasant 2-minute conversation with a stranger, your inner world is forced to update its files. It now has a piece of undeniable evidence. You're a person who can talk to strangers. It's no longer a theory or an affirmation. It's a fact. It's history. You did it. And with each new action, you are rebuilding your identity from the ground up, based on the evidence of your own choices. You are literally becoming someone who can. This is why keeping a simple log during these 30 days is so powerful. It's not for grading yourself. It's not about success or failure. It's a tool for noticing the echoes. At the end of each day, you just write down the one small thing you did that was outside your normal pattern. Took a different elevator and met a neighbour from the 10th floor, or listened to a podcast on a topic I knew nothing about. Then, a few days later, you look back and you start to see the connections. You start to notice how the small, deliberate discomfort you chose on Tuesday mysteriously connects to a surprising phone call you received on Thursday. That neighbour you met in the elevator, they mention an opening in their company a week later. The podcast you listened to, Hekaras, gives you the one idea you needed to solve a problem you've been stuck on for months. This isn't magic. It's cause and effect, playing out on a level we're not used to seeing. You're not creating chaos. You're learning to dance with possibility. You're teaching yourself on a cellular level that the world is a responsive, interconnected place. The ultimate goal of this experiment isn't to become an adrenaline junkie, constantly seeking bigger and bigger thrills. It's the opposite. It's to become so comfortable with the gentle flow of newness that the very idea of a comfort zone dissolves. You realise it was never a fortress protecting you. It was just a story you were telling yourself about where the world ended. The goal is to stop living inside a pre-drawn map and to realise that you are the cartographer. You can create the path as you walk it, one new, conscious, beautiful step at a time. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, "I will step out of the trench." Write it as your promise. Nobody